And we are live, I believe. Gonna give it a second to let some people jump on. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Creative Living. Hi, Christine. Bonnie, Robin, everybody's jumping on. Hi, Marianne. We have some new stuff. New. Hey, Linda. Joyce, hi. Okay, guys, let me play the intro and we're going to get started. Hopefully YouTube will not act up and cut off on me today. If it does, I will try to come back. So we will see. It's very exciting, Christiana. Yes, new materials. And we're going to go over those. Let me play the intro and we'll jump in. And first of all, guys, I just want to say, please go over to my link tree and use those links when you're shopping. All of my Cricut links are there, as well as all of my other shopping links. I greatly appreciate your support when you use those links. I do earn a small commission, but only if you use those. And the Cricut links are also down below in the video description. And you can find those there for Cricut and for the link tree as well. Here is my link tree. I'm just going to post that into the chat. So if you want that, you want to jump over and shop for materials, you can do that. Or again, use my Cricut link. I have that on a shortcut key and it's too long. It won't let me post it in the group, but maybe one of my moderators can grab my link and get that in there. So let's see. Let me make sure that they have it. And my link will take you to the main sales page in Design Space. So if you're using those links, then you're simply going to go over and click on, once you're here, you're just going to click on this new tab and it's going to bring up all the new materials. And it looks like we have some new mugs. Now, I wasn't told about that, didn't see that, but we have these mug colors in here. These are the 15 ounce. This one looks like it's maybe, ooh, looky here. I'm liking this. Of course, the gray has always been one of my favorites. This one's called Miami. This one we had, and it was out for a while. This is the ocean. And we had, I think, no, this one might be the one we had. This is the Sahara. It looks like a blue handle with maybe orange inside. Pretty. And then this one is green. Looks like it might have a teal inside. It's called Forest. I don't know. I don't have one of them. And then this one is Reef. But several new mug colors for you guys. If you're into doing the mugs, you have a mug press. You can also put vinyl on them if you don't have a mug press. Yes, the green. I like that green, Marianne. It's beautiful, isn't it? They've got it on there several times, but I think all the colors are still the same. I think this is the one we had before, the Miami. We had the Miami and we have this ocean, but now they've added, and we had the gray, but now they've added 3 more colors. How cool! And again, if you don't have a mug press, you can still use this and put vinyl on it. And we have brand new color changing vinyl, guys. Color changing vinyl, so you can use it on these cups. So let's pop back over to the main page here. I've got all of these on my desk, but I wanted you to see them on the site. We're going to cover this reflective iron-on and go into details about that, because I need to cover specific details with you on that. We also have the UV activated color changing iron-ons and vinyls. So you're going to get those in permanent color changing. There are several of them. I've got them on my desk. We also have some new colors of iron-on. Now we had some, I believe, of this teal color vinyl, but we didn't have it in iron-on. Now we have it in iron-on. We have 3 new colors. You have the coral, rose gold, and the mint. 3 new added colors, and I'll show you those as well. So lots of new stuff, guys. Don't miss out on this. The rest of it, I am going to come over here and show you on the overhead what we have. We're going to go over them, and then we'll go over specifics and take questions about them. All right, so let me pop over. There we go. And I want to start, I know that this is a lot of goodies, but I want to start with some of the Joy stuff that we have, because I don't want to leave out our Joy users. We have dissolvable labels. How many times have you maybe mixed your own spice? I do it all the time, mix up my own fajita mix spice or my Cajun spices, and I have them in a little jar. I use them in jars that have no labels. I can now put these disposable Joy labels on there, and when that spice is gone and I might want to put something else in that jar, I can replace the label with the new one. It'll wash right off. It will dissolve. How cool is that? How many times have you tried and thought to peel off a label because you wanted to change it? No more. You can do this with the disposable. I think these are going to be a big hit. So, I mean, you can do it on several things, like the little clear plastic shoebox type trays. I don't know if you guys get those from the Dollar Tree, where they come in like a set of 10 at Walmart. You can get them, and they come in individuals. The Sterlite shoebox, I call them shoebox trays, with the lids. How many times have you had stuff in there and you wanted to change the label on those? No more peeling, just wash it right off. How cool, right? So you have that for the Joy. We also, and I'm going to hold that one to the side because we have that for both. You also have the writable smart labels from for your Joy, and these are in silver. Guys, my hand is still, I'll go into my hand later. But these are in the silver color. These are new. It's like a silver kind of shimmery. So you've got those for the Joy. You also got a holographic. You also got a holographic writable for the Cricut Joy. Okay? And these guys cut without a mat on your Joy. And then you also got a writable in the gold. How cool is that? So now you've got the white, you've got the black, I think you've got the translucents. Now you have holographic silver and gold. Yay! Hey Gail, hey Angela, anybody I missed coming in? Yes, I did get the cool new stuff, and I want to say thank you to Cricut for sending this to me. It went out before I gave my notice as a PE, and I told them that I would do my live. I haven't been able to do a project because of my hand, but guys, I do have one coming. I will get a project out to you using something from this, and I will share it in the community so that you guys will have something to go on. Now, the other thing for the Joy and for your other machines, guys, we have transfer tape, brand new transfer tape. Guess what? No liner. No liner transfer tape. Now, this is the bulk roll. It comes in a bulk roll here. You'll find that on it's 13 inches by 30 feet on the bulk roll. And then you also have on the Joy one, it is 5.5 inches by 10 feet. And then you have, excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat. Then you have the 13 by 15 foot roll of this Linerless. And I open this one up so I can get it out. And just so that you know, guys, they didn't leave you out on the dissolvable labels for your regular machines. You got that one too. And this one is a 13 by 24 inch. In case I forgot to tell you on this one, it's 3 feet on the Joy. So the Linerless, let me just, it's going to come in and you're going to pull this up. You can cut off whatever you need, trim it, place it down on your image, and you're ready to rock and roll. No more fighting the liner, getting the liner off of there, trying to get it down on there. No more liner. When is the next $10 coupon? It should be up. I will check on that, Gail. If one of my moderators can make a note for me to check on what the new $10 access code is for the spring. Let's see. Actually, January, February, March. It doesn't come out to April 1st, Gail. April 1st. It's by quarter. So it's still winter 10. It should still be winter 10. And then April 1st, you're going to get a new one. And see, April, May, June. You'll get one on July and one in September. So April, July, and September are the next codes. I have them somewhere. I have to look them up, but I do have those codes. They were released. Might be on the Cricut blog. It may show you on the Cricut blog. So here are the new colors of the Iron-On. Now, with that being said, I don't have all of these because we did get some other new colors of Iron-On. And again, this was the rose gold. You can see that. It's kind of a matte-like rose gold. It's very, not really matte. My finger may let me open this. It may. I want to get it open so you guys can see. It's got a little shimmer to it. It's very pretty. Very, very, very pretty. I hope it will show on camera. I want to get it open so you guys can get a good look at this one. The others are just like your regular Iron-Ons, everyday Iron-Ons. But this one has like a shimmer to it. If I can get it off of there. So I had some injections in my hand yesterday. And it's doing much better today. I still have to take it easy. I have to sleep in a brace at night. I've got some, I don't know if you can see those bruises from the injections. And it's kind of sore. But I was able to pick up my coffee cup today with a lot less pain. Yes, it will. And Gail, if you use my group code SAVE10, use my link to shop, and then use the group code SAVE10, you'll save another 10% in free shipping if you have at least $100 in your eligible items in your cart. Let's see. Can you guys see the shimmer on that? I hope it's picking that up. This is the rose gold. It's really pretty. I hope you guys give this a try. It's trying to pick it up. There we go. Can you see that shimmer in there? Isn't that pretty? It's very subtle, but it's not overdone, and that's what I really like about it. And it's just flat on the other side. So that one's these two. Now, that being said, I'm going to pop over to the monitor real quick. I want to show you, let's see, I don't know if it's in here yet or not, because they didn't get shipped out. Skin tone packs. We have 2 different skin tone packs, and let me see if I can pull up my notes on the colors, what they're called. I did not get this one yet. A lot of us didn't get them. They don't have any projects out with them yet because I don't think that they have them. I think they're coming to the warehouse. They got delayed somehow. I do apologize, my throat. Let me see. I pulled this up so I would have it. Oh, I know where it's at. Let's see. I know it's hiding on my desktop. I've got several things open so I can show you guys and answer questions. There we go. So these are the colors up close. And in those packs, let me see. The colors, and I'm going to read from left to right to tell you what these colors are in this iron-on. It is birch. This one is macadamia. This one is tawny, almond, hazelnut, acacia, chestnut, umber, mahogany, and walnut. So if you've ever wanted to do skin tones, guys, I know that a lot of people have wanted to do those, especially with like Disney characters and stuff like that with your iron-ons. You now have these skin tones that are there. Yes, they are multicolor packs. The vinyl, the iron-on is back ordered, right, and the vinyl is there. So now we have, and you can see these are the permanent, and this is the iron-on. Permanent iron-on. And they both have the same colors in them. All of those colors are in both packs. I wanted to see if I could get, there we go. So this one right here, you can see that this one's available, and this one is coming at $320. So it kind of got delayed, and I don't have either one of these to show you as of yet. But they are in there, so if you need them, you can go in and click on the notify me here for this one. And again, like Marianne said, the vinyl is already available. So awesome, awesome, awesome. So happy they finally came out with that, because we've all at one time or another struggled with needing a skin tone color and couldn't quite match it up. So now we have it. Yay! All right. So that's that one. And I'm still not done. We still have some materials, guys. So, and yes, more iron-on. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to start here with my, oh, that's my vinyl. It got mixed in. That one's vinyl. We'll cover that. That's fine. Iron-on, iron-on. Vinyl. Iron-on. That's iron-on for sure. And iron. So we have 4 of the color changing iron-ons. All right, and it's really going to be hard to see on camera, but I'm going to pull it up here. And you can see it's got the little color changing emblem on each one of these. So let's go over to the site, and I might be able to get them. Let's see if I can get one of these open. Let's see if I can squeeze these today. Not wanting to cooperate with me. Again, I just got all of these, so I didn't get really anything opened. Those tapes really hold those caps on, but there we go. So here we go, and it's wrapped in a black. I'm gonna snip that off. And I will answer your questions about the changing and all of that kind of stuff here shortly. But you can see this is the pink one. This is looking for the name on there. This one is white to what they call red or pink. White to red or pink. So it looks just like that in your package. Okay, and you'll probably want to keep these stored in those black. Keep your scraps stored in that black. So this is the way they're going to look when you open them up. Don't be alarmed. But I am going to encourage you to keep them in your tubes. Keep them in this so that you can tell them apart. You can always heat it up a little bit with your, in the sunlight or with a flashlight and get them to activate for you. So let me pop over line so I can show you what these 4 colors look like in the photos online since I wasn't able to get a project done. Because yesterday, guys, seriously, I could not get my pinky to my thumb. And I could barely get this finger over. These 2 were okay, but I couldn't use my hand. So that's why I haven't been crafting. I've been giving it a break. And let's see. Let's go. Let me close that and go back to the new tab. And here you go. You can see this is the one I just showed you, the white to red. They're calling it red. The case is pink, so I guess they're calling that red, but it really looks pink to me. So that is your color change on that one. The violet one, and that is in the light purple case, and it is going to go from white to violet. It's not going to let me go. It's not going to change right here, but you can see. And then this one is going to go from the white to the yellow, and then this one is going to go from white to the blue. So you have 4 different of the color changing. You found me a project idea? Shoot it over to me. I'm happy to do that. So those are the 4. And again, I'm just going to show you guys the cartons on these. This is what they call the white to red. It's in like a pinky color if you're seeing it in the stores. And then this is your violet, which kind of looks like lilac. And then this is your blue. And then this is your yellow. Okay? So you've got 4 color changing iron-ons. I'm going to try to get some of this off my desk so that I can have room here. And then the last iron-on. And I'm going to have to go over some questions or some material with this. This is your iron-on reflective, guys. And it is gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous. I got to see some of the stuff they did on when they introduced it to us. I haven't opened mine yet. I can't get my fingers to work that way yet. I can get it out. I'm supposed to be able just to pull it from the center and get it to unstick from that tube, but mine didn't want to cooperate. But I was having problems with my left finger too. Oh yeah, that would be cool. There we go. Guys, look at this. Look at that. I don't have the light reflecting here really good yet, but it is awesome. This stuff is going to be gorgeous. See how that's reflecting? My camera's going to reflect it, but can you see it picking up those rainbow colors in there? Guys, it's awesome. You have to give this a try. If you don't try any of the others, you have to give this one a try. You're going to be impressed. Like when they're out at night and the lights hit it. Oh my goodness. So that is your reflective. iron on. And let's see. Now we're going to get over to the vinyl. These are your color changing vinyls. And we have it in, this is the teal to purple, I think. Turquoise. This is the turquoise to purple. This one goes from a turquoise color to a purple color. Okay, so that's your turquoise. This one is the light pink to magenta, so it's going to go from light pink to dark pink. That one's going to be fun for Easter. This one is your purple to turquoise. So you have, it's like a mix and match. You can have both colors on your project, and as they activate, the colors will change back and forth. How cool is that? So you have turquoise to purple and purple to turquoise. I thought that was cool. And then this is the other one. I just showed you this one. This is the magenta to the pink. And then the pink to the magenta. How cool. And then you have, this one is called the light blue to turquoise. So you've got light blue to turquoise and turquoise to light blue. And you can mix and match the colors with each other too. But I just thought it would be a lot of fun. That way if it's hot and you have one color on there, one color is going to change to the other back and forth. These are going to be lots of fun. I cannot wait to use these. I've got a project planned using my warp tool and using some of this. So you guys stay tuned. As soon as I can craft it, I'm going to get it done for you. Hopefully they will come out with a green on this too. I'm hoping. Hoping. Don't know. They haven't said anything, but I hope. That will be fun. You use the vinyl on your glass cans? Yes, Gail. Lots of fun. The ones that are shaped, they've even got the Coca-Cola glasses that are shaped like cans. These can be lots of fun on those. Get them at the Dollar Tree. And I do have a link on Linktree for Dollar Tree. You can get it shipped right to your house. You don't even have to go to the Dollar Tree. You do have to buy in quantities, though, and it depends on your product that you're buying as to how much you have to buy. But some of them are as little as buying 12. So lots of fun there. Again, use my links below, and then just go to the New tab. When you're over here, just click on New, and it's going to bring up all of, because my link is going to bring you here. You'll see all the sales stuff because I don't want you to miss that 70% off. And that probably is not going to apply to the new material, but sometimes you get lucky, so check it. Sometimes I have seen the new material get thrown in there. But when you come over to New, you can come right here, and all of the new product is right there. Okay. And don't forget that the learning kits did come out, and the Iron-On learning kit is now available, as well as the vinyl and the paper. But that is all of the new products. Yeah, and there's the rest of your kits. So make sure that you're shopping those. If you have somebody that you're crafting with that's brand new to Cricut, those learning kits are awesome. Don't have any information on any mystery boxes right now. I don't know if you just shop. Yeah, there's nothing on a mystery box right now. Nothing there. So just keep checking when you're over here. That's what I do, guys, is when I'm over here and I'm looking at product search or mystery, and it will tell you if there's a mystery box available. I know, Marianne, that's crazy. But they haven't released any. It's not that I haven't told you guys about any. We haven't had any since last month. It does. I'm going to get to that right now, Gail. So that's a good question. Let me get over to mine. I just want to cover the reflective iron-on first before I forget to tell you guys this. The heating instructions. Hopefully, it's in the apps. And on the Cricut, I haven't checked it before I came in today, but it was not there. And it may be in there now. Again, I haven't checked. If you check the heat app or you check your Design Space heat guide for your iron-ons, hopefully it's in there. But for the UV iron-on and the reflective iron-on, that's the color changing. When we say UV, and that's the color changing iron-on, and the reflective. Other iron-ons, you're going to follow the existing instructions, like the skin tones and all that. You're going to use, and the coral and the mint, all that. You're going to use your regular everyday iron-on settings for those. If you have the easy presses, you can press these on cotton, polyester, and blends. Okay, cotton poly blends. Very important. For the UV, color changing, and the reflective iron-ons, if you're using your easy presses and stuff, and your auto presses, it will go on cotton, polyester, and cotton poly blends. You need to do a 5-second preheat. I'm going to get, that's on these right here, okay? That's on these. This is what I'm giving you the instructions for. And it's 315 degrees for 30 seconds. 315 degrees for 30 seconds, and that's, you want to preheat your shirts, whatever you're putting it on, for 5 seconds before you do it. You want to use firm pressure. Do not flip it over and press the back. Do not flip it over and press the back. Okay? And that's for your easy presses, either your 6x6, your 9x9s, your 10x12s, doesn't matter. You're going to do 5-second preheat, 315 degrees, 30 seconds for this one and for this one. If you're using an auto press, you can do cotton polyester and cotton poly blend. So, I mean, maybe there's going to be more added to it. It's still new. I think they're still doing some testing on it. But right now, this is not 100%. It could change on an auto press. It might change. But right now, they're saying a 5-second preheat, 315 degrees for 40 seconds, and do not press the back. Don't flip it over and press it. Okay? Very important. I never flip it over either, Gail. I think that's overheating, and I've never had a problem. Knock on wood. I've never had mine come off. I've never had it do anything funky, but I don't ever press the back except when I'm doing an official video, and I have to follow the official instructions when I do an official video. That's the only time you'll ever see me press the back. So, but in real life, I don't press the back, and I've said that several times. I don't do it, but the instructions say to do it, so I do it when I'm doing an official video. So for these color changing and all of that, and if you have questions, we can put it in the group. I can give you notes. Hopefully they've got it in the guides and stuff now, but just in case they don't, I wanted you guys to have that information. Okay? If you're using your easy press, 315, 30 seconds, no back press. If you're using an auto press, same thing, 315, 40 seconds, no back press. What are the prices on those? $14.99 for the reflective iron-on and $14.99 for the color changing. That's before any of your access discounts and without any of your group code discounts. Okay? And on the reflective, it is a 12 by 19 inch sheet. Let me get a roll of reflective, or the color change. And it's 12 by 19 on the color change as well. They're 12 by 19s. As Christiana just asked. I just answered. 12 by 19 on those. Let's see. Right here. Matte finish for all your machines. This is it, no UV exposure with UV. So you'll see those when you're going in and you're looking at them. If you look at your features right here. Pretty cool, huh? Love it. So let's see. Let me get over to the questions on that. Now that I've covered that, I want to get rid of that page. I've got several pages open to cover stuff with you guys. Let's see. I did that. Don't need that one. Trying to make sure that I give you guys all the details. There we go. All right, so just a little bit more information. We have your Smart Joy labels that I showed you. The Smart Joy labels. Let me just get back over here. The Smart Joy and the dissolvable labels, the Cricut Joy label, the gold, silver, and the holographic. It's called silver holographic, by the way. The silver holographic, the gold smart labels, and the silver smart labels are $8.99 MSRP. They are smart materials, so you don't need anything there. Your Joy transfer tape is $11.99, and that is a 5.5 by 10 foot roll on that. Your smart labels are 5.5 by 13, and you get 4 sheets of each in those. Your linerless transfer tape, just did that one. Your dissolvable Joy material is $12.49 MSRP. It is a 5.5 by 3 foot roll. Then you have your smart labels on the other machines. Let's see, where did they go? I may have given you the wrong price on that. The Smart Joy dissolvable paper was $8.99. I apologize. This one is $12.49 for the larger sheet, and it is the 13 by 24 inch. So correction there. I apologize for giving you that misinformation. Your tape, I already took the box off this. This is the linerless transfer tape in a 13 by 75 foot is $44.99. So this is 30 feet. Okay, I didn't get that one. They have one of the transfer tapes in a 13 by 75 foot is $44.99. That's your bulk. And then this is, I guess, another bulk size. It's 13 by 30. It's $29.99. And then you have the 13 by 15 is $19.99. And guys, this is not as tacky. It's like a medium tack. But this is going to be the standard. You guys, if you have used the gray grid and you weren't happy with it, I encourage you to try this. This stuff is awesome. I mean, it's really awesome. So, I mean, if you don't want to get a whole roll of this, maybe get one of the smaller Joy rolls and try it out. Your reflective rainbow iron-on is $14.99. We just covered that. The same on the color change. Your everyday, the new mint coral, the rose gold is $12.99. Your color changing vinyls are $14.99. They're 12 by 24 inch sheets. All of these are 12 by 24s at $14.99. Your skin tones iron-on is $39.99, and the vinyl is 12 by 12 also. Those are 12 by 12 sheets on that iron-on for the skin tones. And it's also 12 by 12 on the vinyl, and it's $17.99. Where can you buy them? It is all on Cricut.com right now. Okay. Retailers are also going to be carrying this. However, they may not be in the stores yet. It will be later, I guess, in the week or the month. Hobby Lobby is not going to be carrying all of these products because they have their own brands of the color change and vinyl and reflective iron-ons. So they're not going to be carrying everything. So if you want a chance at getting everything, Cricut.com is your best bet. And then later in the year, I believe, I don't have exact dates, Michael's and Joann's, it will start coming in there. So if you want it now, you need to grab it at Cricut.com. Your color change vinyl. Somebody just asked about this. Heat or cold activated. Is it dishwasher friendly? First of all, it is a permanent vinyl. Hand washing is recommended. What temperatures will the vinyl change its colors? If you're doing heat activated, it will change at 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh yes, prayers going out, Shirley. Yeah. Gail, I'm just telling you, maybe just order, toss one in of the Cricut Joy ones since you have so much of the other, just so you can check it out, because you're gonna love it. You're gonna love this. I mean, I don't have any problem with the gray or the purple grid. I like the tack of it, but there have been times where I put it on some surfaces I had difficulty with it, just because it was too tacky and I didn't de-tack it. I didn't follow my own rule. This, you won't need to de-tack, I don't believe. I mean, I really think that I could even probably use that on some papers and cardstocks. So, I encourage you to give it a try, Gail, even if you just do one of the small boxes of the Joy Linerless. So again, your color changing vinyl for heat activation, if you put it on a coffee cup, something like that, it will change temperature at 88 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 31 Celsius. For cold activation on it, 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 Celsius. That's when it changes. The reaction of it, how long does it stay that way? Once the temperature is up there and it's no longer in that reactive range, it will go back to its original color within a few minutes. So once it drops below 88 degrees on heat or below or above 50 on cold, then within a few minutes it's going to go back to the color it was inside the tube. Which one of these did I open? Is it this one? So let me pull that out. You can see there, even my hands. Let me just pull one of these out. You can see where my hands are touching it. How cool is that? This is going to be a lot of fun. But you can just place your hand on it. I've got both hands under there. How fun! Love it, love it, love it. And you can watch it change itself back. Hey, Diane. So a lot of fun. You see how quickly that changed back once it had the range? If I put my hand back on it, it's going to change quickly and then it'll go back. Isn't that cool? So that, if you need these, again, just let me know. But again, heat 88, cold 50. And it changes back. You can see how quickly it changed back once the temperature was away from it. Okay. How many times will it change before it stops changing color? That's a good question, right? The color change vinyl was tested in a standard indoor environment, and it's considered to have a long-term, indefinite lifespan. Okay. They didn't observe any limits in testing for it to stop. So as long as you hand wash it and do what they said, it should work indefinitely. What they're saying there is they couldn't get it to stop in all of their testing. So that's a great thing, right? Your iron-on. Yes, they all are permanent on the color changing, Christiana. It's all permanent. All of these color changing are permanent. And let's see if I can get this one open. This is the other one. This is the pink to, this is the mate to this one. So it comes out, this one changes to this color, you can see. And then this one is going to change to the dark. Let's see. This one is cold activated. That's your differences, okay? This one's cold activated. I missed that. My bad. It'll tell you on there. This one is the heat activated. This one is the cold activated. So I have to have something cold in here. And I don't have anything cold to make it go to the magenta. So those are your differences with the two when they switch back and forth. I forgot to tell you guys that one. You got cold activated. This one's going to work for cold. It's going to go from turquoise to purple. And then the purple to turquoise is your heat. Okay? So I can only do the heat in here because I don't have anything cold in here to place on them. But you can see how they work. How cool is that? Love it. So you guys get the idea. You've got one of each. One's cold, one's heat. So if you're putting it on, like Christiana said, if you're putting it on your can, your glass cans, you're going to probably want to use the cold activate. If you're putting it on a coffee mug, you're going to want to use the heat activate. I don't have an ice cube in here. I don't. Hang on, I got something. Wait, just 1 second. I need one of these anyway. I have a cold pack here. So let me get it on the table. Let's see if we can get this one to change with my cold pack. No, you're not making me think too hard. You can see it changing. There we go. So I'll leave that on for a second while we talk about the others. So the color change on the cold, again, 50 degrees. And that was the vinyl for the reaction. Your UV activated iron-on, after being exposed to UV light, okay, because it will do it with the UV light as well, for UV sunlight. It will take it several minutes for it to return to its original color once it's no longer exposed. What type of UV lights will make the color change iron-on activate? All the iron-on colors will change best when exposed to direct sunlight. However, the red, purple, and blue will also change using a UV flashlight or an indirect sunlight. Yellow does not change with the UV flashlight or indirect sunlight because of science. So they don't know why, but the yellow won't change like the other UVs. So you can do the UVs with excuse me. You can do the UVs with a flashlight. Again, we're doing vinyls here. I'm talking about the iron-ons right now, but these are the vinyls that I've got out here on the table. Let's see. I'm reading here to see what else you guys might need to know. Okay, the color change iron-on colors before it's got an exhausted effect. Color change iron-on will last up to 36 hours with continuous direct sunlight exposure. And it will last longer. In other words, if you're not putting it out there that long, it's going to last longer. And it does outlast competitive products that they tested. Okay? So your Cricut color change iron-on activation and things like that last longer than the competitors. Store your color change iron-on. Keep it away from sunlight. Remember, I cut that black plastic bag and stored it back in the tube inside that black bag. Make sure you store it that way. That's going to keep the lifespan of that material going. The color change iron-on's been tested to last multiple washes. It didn't say exactly how many. Your care instructions on that, they want you to apply it to pre-washed and fully dried materials only. Allow 24 hours after the application before you wash it. Machine wash it inside out on cold and tumble dry on low. Do not bleach your color change iron-ons. If you need to iron your garment, only iron on the back side of the garment. Don't go over your iron-on, which that's normal with any iron-on. Can you layer the iron-on, the color change iron-on? Yes, you can. You'll want to iron it on over your everyday iron-on. For multi-layer, you should probably slice, but you don't have to. You can put it directly on top. I don't like the build-up, so I like to slice my images wherever my color change is going to go. That's the way I would do it, but you can put it directly on top. However, your color UV is a top layer only. Top layer only. And that is the general rule. All specialty vinyl is top layer only. Okay? You never want to use it for a base layer and then put something on top of it. It doesn't work well. It will appear to adhere, but it will eventually peel. Yes, there's a color changing iron-on too. That's you had the 4 colors in the iron-ons. Remember, I opened this up and showed you it's white. And then once it's activated, I don't know if I have my flashlight in here. Once it's activated, it's going to go, I don't know how long I'll have to hold this because it goes up to 88 degrees. It has to be 88 degrees or UV activated. I don't know if I have a light in here, guys. I don't have a flashlight in here to a UV flashlight to activate it. But once it's been activated by the sun, then you will see it. It will color change. But there are 4 colors of that, Christiana. There are four different ones. Let me pop over. This is your color changing iron-on right here. Remember I just showed, did it not? Oops, wait, didn't change. There we go. Right here. Here's your iron-on. You have the red, which is to me more of a pink, but they're calling it a red. It activates in UV sunlight, not by heat. Okay, so that's that one. Then you have the violet. And then you have the blue. Those 3 will activate with the UV flashlight, sunlight, etc. Your yellow will not activate with a flashlight. It has to be sunlight. Okay? The yellow has to be sunlight. And you'll see that this one is UV. Okay? So if you're trying to use a UV flashlight to get that one to activate, you're going to need to put it out in the sun. Right? We need it all, Christine. We need all of it. Now, just to touch back on the rainbow reflective, you may be thinking rainbow reflective to be for improved visibility or safety markings. No. Please do not try that or rely on that. It is a decorative only. It is decorative only, guys. Let me get over here to it. It has a gorgeous, gorgeous color when the lights hit it. When you're out at night and lights hit it, It's gorgeous on your clothing and things like that. Please do not rely on it like if you're using it for marking something on a bicycle and you're going to be out riding at night. No, 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 no. Please do not try that. So make sure that you're not trying to use that for that purpose. Please. Any special care instructions? This has been tested to last at least 10 washes. If you're caring for it nicely, it should last longer than that, but they are saying at least 10 washes. 24 hours before you wash it. Any item that you have this on, wait 24 hours. For the longest life, wash and dry this garment inside out. If areas of this iron-on material lift after washing, simply reapply. Just heat it again. What did I say it was? 315. Whatever the iron-on was for that, I think I gave it was 315 for 30 seconds with your easy presses. So if it tries to lift, just iron it right back down. Can you layer this? Yes, you can. You can layer it over everyday iron-on, but again, it should only be your top layer. And like I said, it was hard for me to get you this reflection on camera, but once you get it in your hands, shine a flashlight on it. You're going to see what we're talking about. Guys, this is some really cool iron-on. It is really, really cool. And then we covered the skin tones. Again, those are the skin tones in the iron-on and the vinyl. You have birch, macadamia, tawny, almond, hazelnut, acacia, chestnut, umber, mahogany, and walnut. So now you have those. Does anybody have any other questions on these? Let's talk a little bit about the linerless. The linerless and the traditional standard grip transfer tape. There's a lot of user preference don't like the liners, and I was one of them. They were okay, but I prefer to use transfer tape without a liner. So give it some tries on different materials, guys. I think you're really going to like it, because I fell in love with it the moment I peeled this back. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. This is awesome. Awesome, awesome. So great design on that. I have to give them, I think this is going to be one of my favorite products of the new products with the color change. And I am doing something with the warp tool on this color change with you guys. So we'll do that one. Make sure when you, I lost my boxes. Here's one. This one comes in the Joy. The Smart Labels come in the Joy size too. On the dissolvable labels, make sure that you apply it to a clean, dry surface. Of course, we always clean with alcohol before we put our labels, stickers, vinyl, all of that on. You want to continue to do that. The labels themselves are not food safe. What they mean by that is you don't want to eat them, but you can use them on your Tupperware, your jars, your plastic bins, things like that, and anything. And it can go in the dishwasher. It will dissolve. So you can put it in your dishwasher, top or bottom rack, and you will have a residue-free result after you wash it. So you won't have any of that sticky mess where we pull all the other labels off and we run them through the dishwasher and it's still sticky. This will not do that. You can scrub it off in the sink, or you can just place your item in the dishwasher and it will go away. Okay? Here is a tip, though. And I almost forgot this point, guys. I'm glad I was reviewing my notes. Dishwasher, or your, not dishwasher, your dissolvable labels, the dissolvable labels, do not use with transfer tape. You're just going to peel them like a sticker and stick them on. You do not want to use, and the reason is it's going to, you just want to do it like a sticker and apply it by hand, because it's going to pull your pen stuff and all that off of it if you try to apply it with transfer tape. So if you're using the dissolvable labels, Joy size or this regular size, you just want to cut them, have them right, and then peel them and stick them. Let's see. And it works well with all the Cricut standard pens and markers, including your gel, your glitter opaques, the permanent inks. It is not recommended to use your infusible ink pens or markers, okay? Or the fabric pen, of course, because it's not fabric and you don't want to be using it for that. So, yeah, you can get, Christiana, they do have color changing mugs. I believe in my Linktree, Pro World sells them. So, if you go to my Linktree, you can find those at Pro World has them. I think JPP Blanks has them too, and there's a discount code I have for JPP. Should be on there. So if you're looking for the mugs that change color and then you want to put the color changing vinyl on there. Now those mugs that they sell, Christiana, the color change, they are sublimation, so you can use infusible inks on them. The color changing mugs are sublimation. So just like the Cricut mugs are sublimation ready. So you can use those. Yes, I had some too. And then they have the ones also that are like black, and then when you put the liquid in, it reveals the design. I even did a video on those. If you search my videos, you'll find it, color changing mugs. And it will reveal they're black, but when you put your coffee in them, it reveals the design. So, yeah. Those mugs are for the mug press, yes. Yeah, the ones that are on Pro World, they do fit in the mug press. That's what I used to do mine. As a matter of fact, I had a commercial mug press and I had the Cricut mug press, and I did a comparison, and I got a better design, and it heated better in the Cricut mug press than it did on the commercial mug press. So they're great for it. They're perfect for your Cricut. Now I do get the 10 and I think there's a 15, 10 or 15. I think it's a 11 and a 15 that I get, and they fit perfect. You don't have to stick anything, and I do not recommend sticking anything to make anything fit your mug press. If it doesn't fit in there properly, then it doesn't fit. Mine didn't scratch easily. Mine actually, I'm just going to be honest, mine actually held up better than my Cricut ones did. And I put them all in the dishwasher and things like that. I had some fading on my Cricut ones. I didn't have any fading on the color change ones. Yeah, that's my favorite size, Gail. I only do the smaller size when that's all that's available. I'm a 15-ounce mug person myself. It's a good size mug. But I use them all. I use the Cricut ones. I use the ones from Pro World. I use the ones from JPP Blanks. I think I've even gotten some off of Amazon before. So, yeah. it could have been, Christiana. I mean, sometimes when things are mass produced, Christiana, it's just like TVs, cars, printers, computers. Some things are going to slip by quality control. It happens. It doesn't make that a bad product. No. Somebody, was it yesterday, Marianne? Somebody got a Cricut maker and it wouldn't take a mat. It happened. It got by quality control. Something was wrong with the bar. Is that the norm? No, it's not the norm. But sometimes things like that happen. Now, I will say I do like the stackable mugs from Cricut. Those are actually my favorite Cricut mug is the stackables. So, yes, but anytime that you have a problem with a product like that, go back to the manufacturer and say, "Hey, look, I've used this before. This is not the norm. Can you replace these?" Most of the time, they will oblige. You've never used the stackables? I love the stackables. They're fun. Okay, so if you don't have any questions about that, I know several of you have asked about my hand. And I'm icing it now. I did get the injections yesterday, and you can see I still have some bruising in there where they injected me. But I can close my hand today. I'm not going to try to overdo it, but I am going to try to get a project out for you guys by the weekend. Using the warp tool, we covered that. If you did not see that video, let's just pop over. If you're in the beta version of, I'm just going to close this out and bring in my Design Space. If you're in the beta version of Design Space, and you can switch that up here by your settings and your user experience and go to beta from your live. Also, in the live, you will now see a report issue. So if you're ever having any Design Space issues, before you go into the groups and say, "Hey, is this issue?" you can report that issue right there, and it will get to the right person. Now, can you come to the groups and ask? Of course, we're going to help you if you come to the groups, but you need to report that issue. Whether you're in live or beta, they have put that back into the live version. Dream, I will not be live tonight. I have another engagement tonight, and I'm trying to take it easy with my hand. I have to put my braces on in the evenings and all of that stuff. I have a regimen to follow, so there's no way I can really do any project tonight. But that's why I'm doing this live today in the afternoon and covering some of this stuff with you guys. So in the new beta, you can come in. Let's just go to a new project. We have a new text tool. You must be an Access subscriber to use this tool. It is a text tool, so you have to have some text on your canvas for it to appear, but right next to your offset, you have a warp. And I know my video cut off, and hopefully it won't do it today. It cut off, but I think it was my fault because I had my Wi-Fi on and didn't realize it instead of hardwire. I'm going to type in. I forgot if I need lower caps or... So I'm going to do it both ways. Okay, so once you've got some text in there, you'll see that you have your warp, and you can check it out. And they're giving you this pop-up so that you know you won't spend a ton of time designing something and come find out you can't cut it because you're not an Access subscriber. So you have to subscribe in order to use it. I'm just going to click on check it out, and you have 24 tools or 24 elements in here where you can use the warping. And this is one of my favorites right here. I like this one. So it cut off the other day, and I was trying to show you guys how to do this and do it in multiple colors. So I'm going to go in and pick my font, and the one I was using was the April Skies. I I believe it is. Yep. So April Skies right there. That's the one I'm going to select. And you see that you get two different looks. Now you can do it that way, or I can ungroup to lines. Once you ungroup to lines, I don't think it's going to let me do it because I have the warp. So it's like, okay, how do I get it to ungroup? Let's see. Won't do it. So what I did, I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to take, I like the outline on this font, by the way. Just going to come in and take this out, okay, and get rid of it. So now I have that, and the warp is going to come back in there. All I did was simply duplicate it and then space it out like I want it. And you can have this say anything you want. You can use any font that you want. And once you have it in there, then that's when you're going to go in and change your colors. And let's just say we're going to use 3 colors of purple, or maybe a purple and a turquoise. Let me get you. There we go. But you can come in here and change this to whatever colors that you want to do. And once you have them aligned like you want, you can come in here, use your align tool, and distribute them vertically. That way they're spaced right and aligned to the left or the right, doesn't matter. And now you can group that and cut that in several different colors. And again, you can play with your skew if you want to skew it in or out to get your different looks. You can do that as well. You have to change your warp. If you want to change, you don't have to. If you want to change your warp, if it's grouped or anything, somebody had this question, it wasn't allowing them to do the warp. You have to be ungrouped, and don't forget that you can only use single layer fonts. And you can see that it comes back in there. So if you wanted to change it for whatever reason, you could change it and get a different look on it. So, but you would have to change all of them, of course. And remember, because it cut off on me, use your filter and look for single layer fonts. If you use a multi-layer, you see it's grayed out here because I've got my warp tool already on there, so it's grayed out. But if I were to do a new text and come in here and go to my fonts, if I had, yep, there we go. Well, it's still graying it out, I guess because I did have the warp tool on. But you cannot use a multi-layer font. You can't have anything grouped, attached. Remember, you cannot weld or combine or unite anything with warp on it. And if you have welded anything, if you have combined or welded or united anything, you will lose your warp tool. If it's a script font, remember that I showed you in that other video, if it's a script font and your letters touch, when you apply the warp tool, it automatically removes those middle cut lines from it. So you don't have to weld or unite. You don't have to worry about it using the warp tool. Okay? Oh, cool, Diana. Yeah, when you're doing like an image like that, you'll need to slice it. And what I use is I use the mug template and I duplicate it 4 times and then I align those up and then I slice each section one at a time from it, and that will get them to line up. The name of this font was April Skies. DTC April Skies. And then there's another one in there I like to look up. Let's look up a retro. BFC Retros. Single layer. There we go. These are really cool fonts too. I like this Beach Shine, the Boho Beach Shine. That's cool. Let me get back to my warp that I like. But you can have fun with these and play with them. Lots of things you can do. Yeah, DTC, that's DTC April Skies. But if you just, because we have that smart box now, if you just type in April, it will pull it up. You can, and like I just did there, if you know a style, like I wanted a retro style, I just typed in retro and it pulled up a bunch of retro fonts. You can also use the tags down here if you want vintage, retro vintage. So now I've got retro vintage here. So lots of things, and that's the indie font right there. I like that one too. And this gives you that. Oops, I've got two of them in there. I didn't want to. But lots of fun. Exactly, exactly, Diana. That's the way you had to do it. I got you. I see what you're saying. Did you check that there was anything attached or grouped or whatever? Another thing that you can do, Diana, on something like that, if you're doing a stackable mug, and let's say you're doing a stackable mug, and I'm just going to pretend that this is the size of the template. If you can check the size of the template and make your square that size, then you know by checking it, let's say it's 3.25 high, okay? And this is a photo. I'm just going to make this a print and cut and put in something, just so that it would be clear what I'm trying to ask you to do. Pattern. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I wanted to do that in a stackable mug, and I wanted those flowers to line up down those stackable mugs. And I know that my let's just do this evenly. Let's do 12, even though I know 12 is not right, but just for this purpose, just to show you, I would go in and get a cut line or a score line, and then you're going to change it to a basic cut, and let's just say that it's 6 inches wide or 8 inches wide, whatever. So I know that that's 8 inches wide. I'm just going to rotate that cut line to 90 degrees, make it 8 inches wide, and then I'm going to bring it down to the 3-inch mark. So I will put this on whatever, just as long as it's even. That lets us say the 2 and the 1. And then 3 inches would make that 5. Oops, I moved the wrong thing. So I would need to bring this down to the 2-inch mark and then the 5 to give me 3 inches. And then repeat it, and then duplicate it and bring it in. And then you can attach those score lines to your image and have it cut where you need it to cut. Does that make sense? So if your mugs are 3 inches tall, your design, every 3 inches, you'll want a cut line. So when it cuts, then you have cup 1, cup 2, cup 3, cup 4. Does that make sense? Yeah, Rhinestone Designs. Yeah, that's a good font for that. However, it is a Cricut font. I like to do my Rhinestone templates in Cricut a lot and then upload them. So yeah, on those stackable mugs, sometimes we have to finagle, but that's a workaround. If there's a will, there's a way. I'll find a way to do it. Sometimes I have to use an outside program, sometimes not. But if there's something that I want to do, I can usually figure out a way to do it and get it into Design Space so I can cut. Yeah, that's a great font, Gail, because like if you do the caps, it gives you solid, and if you do, I mean, the lowercase gives you solid, and the caps gives you the outline. So that's a perfect font for something like that. All right, does anybody have any other Design Space questions? Anything on the new tool that came out, or any of the new products? Any other questions on those? I know this was kind of a long video, but I wanted to make sure that we covered all the materials and got your questions answered on those so that you could go shopping and know more about it. Shortcuts a Lot is a program, Gail. I have done some videos on it. You can get it from Leo at Dreaming Tree, or SVG Tools. And let me just open one up here. And when you open up you don't have to have Pro. I have Pro version, but you don't have to have Pro. But it has a lot of functionality, just like Design Space. It has some of the same tools. They're just called different things. And, well, now that we're getting more tools in Design Space, you'll see those. I even did a comparison. So you know more about using this program than you really think that you do. You can choose mat sizes for your designing, all of those kind of things. You've got a library. You have text tools, which we just got that warp tool. But when you go in and you do your text, you can design in here. I don't have an image to pull in, but like it has a rhinestone template. Let me get. You can go in and you can, this is your select tool, and you can size it. You can come in over here to your fonts and select fonts that you might want to use. And then you have your text tools. You can't see it, but it's just like Design Space. There's a bar at the top, and you'll see text and effects. And this is like a rhinestone. It'll pull up the rhinestone templates, and you can pick the kind of stones and the sizes that you want and say, okay, and create those rhinestone templates. Let me undo. You also have in your, this one has a true bridge warp. Cricut's getting there. I'm giving them kudos. I'm great with that, but it does not yet have the actual, how do I want to, it doesn't have an actual bridge warp yet, where it keeps it straight across the top and curves the bottom, or vice versa, where you want to curve the bottom and leave the top, because I can do this both ways. I can curve the top and then leave the bottom straight. Lots of things. You can get your waves in there, things like that. A lot of different things. You have different, it's similar tools, but different results. Shortcuts a Lot will get you around those obstacles that we have in Design Space. I won't say obstacles because there's always a workaround. No program is always going to be perfect. There's always going to be something you want to do and the program won't do it, so you have to look for another program that will do it. And as long as you can save as an SVG, then you can bring it into Design Space. And the beauty about the Shortcuts a Lot is when I want to save this project or export it, I go to File and Export, which is at the top of my other page. You can't see it on screen, but up above your program here, you'll see it. I can go to File and export this if I wanted to use it. And let's just say I want to save it on my desktop, and I hit Save. right here you have design space compatible. What does that mean? It means whatever you see, whatever size it is right here on this canvas. It's not showing you guys, is it? Ah, yeah, it is. Okay. Whatever you see right here in this panel, that is what it's going to be. It's going to bring it in that exact size and style into design space. Leo at Dreaming Tree uses Cricut a lot to design his files. Okay? I think they use it. They may use some other programs too, but I know that they use this. And you have all the tools. They're just in different places. I can change that to be yellow if I want it on the fill colors. Oops. I guess I have to select it first. If I want to change that. And then that's my stroke color. I can leave my stroke color as a black, or I can make it blue. It's going to come into design space as blue or whatever. As the yellow color or black, whatever design space's outline is. But if you want it to be the same color, let's just add that to custom colors. Say okay. Oops. I said that one. Add to custom colors. There we go. And say okay. So now my outline is blue, and then I can come in here to custom colors and make the inside match. So, but it's going to come in, if you don't change that stroke color, it's going to come in design space as a black stroke color. You don't have a score in here. You have to do a solid line, and then that is why we have to do that in design space and change it once you upload it into design space as a score line. But you'll just put a solid line, and if you don't change it to a score, it will cut. You have 6. This is 5, I believe. I'm in 5. Yeah, I'm in 5 Pro, which they gave me to help demonstrate back when 5 was new. I could probably ask them for an update. They'll probably give it to me. If you have the very old version like 2 Mama Bear, I would encourage you to, you might want to keep that one, because I think version 2 will actually let you cut to your Cricut. Cricut may have stopped it and blocked it. I don't know. But one of those versions, they did get sued by Cricut because it was cutting to that machine, because you can cut to some machines. You have to look and see. But you'll notice that Cricut is not in this list. It will cut straight from this program to those machines, but you cannot cut to Cricut from any program except Design Space. That's why we have the upload, and that's why they gave you that Design Space compatible, so that you can upload it right to Design Space, saving it as an SVG. So, but yeah, this is a great program. You can do a lot of these things with Inkscape as well. Inkscape is free, but in my opinion, Cricut a lot is easier to understand and use. What is the thing called to find a hex code? You can, I just search. It depends on what I want, Gail. I go, let me get another window here. I just go, like if I wanted the Dallas Cowboys, or let's say Miami Dolphins. If I wanted their hex code, I just look it up, and it will tell you right here. You can get everything. It'll give you their hex codes. Here's their Aqua hex code, their Pantone, RGB, CM. Everything is right here. Yep, you just, whatever you're looking for. If you're looking for a specific color, you just look for it. Like, I needed some Valspar paint colors. if you have those, you can come in here right here and, oh, that's not it. You want to go to the actual Valspar. I thought I saved that. Maybe I didn't. Right here. You can go in and right here, and you can get their hex codes by clicking on it, and it will give it to you. So, like if you want to do Sherwin-Williams, I think Sherwin-Williams you need a periwinkle. I don't know if Valspar has a periwinkle. We'll see. They have two. They have a light and a dark. The hex code there for one. And you can go, and this is what I do is I find the colors that I like in paint chips at Lowe's, Home Depot, places like that. And I bring it back and I come to these their websites, like Valspar's website, Sherwin-Williams' website, whatever, or Behr, whatever colors. And then I can match my sublimation colors to their hex codes of that paint chip. But you want to be sure that you're on their site. Like if I have a Valspar paint chip, I want to be sure I'm on the Valspar site, because if I go to somebody else's site, their code may be different from Valspar's, and then your colors can be off. So it depends on if you want a dark periwinkle or a light periwinkle. And my suggestion is go into a store, a home improvement store, and pick the color that you're actually looking for, and then get your hex code from that. You need it for a sublimation picture. Do you have the picture online, Gail? Because you do have tools. I don't know if you're on a Windows or a Mac. I know on a Mac I have a tool. Let me see if I can find it here. What is that tool called? I never can remember the name of it, but I know I have it. One of those things. There it is. Digital color meter or color sync. And it's not going to let me show you on this. Let me screenshot it. It's called a digital color meter. Okay. Let me give you that screenshot of what I'm on a Mac. So this is what I'm using right here is a digital color meter. And you notice that wherever I point my mouse, it pulls that color up and it gives me the values. Okay. I don't know if, I think I had to do this in reverse. I just used the native values, I think is what I did. Oops. I didn't close out of that, did I? There it is. Pull it off to the side. So wherever you're pointing, that is where it is. So the RGB is 76, 109, 165. Let me screenshot. Oh, can't screenshot it. Not while I'm on the tool. You guys help me remember that. 76, 109, 165. So then I can look up the hex. Hex for RGB, or RGB to hex. There we go. That's the one on. So then I can put in, what did I say it was? 69. Was it 69? I don't remember. 106. What were the numbers for periwinkle? Oh, we'll just do another color. How about that? 27, 62, 183. It's getting complicated. There's always a way to do something. 27, I'm going to match this blue in Access on that toolbar down at the bottom. 27, 62, 183. Get out of my way, Grammarly. So now I have that blue there, and I can convert it to my hex code, and then my hex code would be right here. So then I can use that hex code and get that exact color blue. So super easy. I mean, there are steps you can take to find the hex codes to anything, guys. But even using it on your computer screen. So lots of ways. You just need that color meter. I don't know what the one is for Windows, but you can look it up and find a color meter, digital color meter, and it's pointed on the area of that photo that you're trying to match, and then go over and do an RGB, or if my digital color meter doesn't give it the hex code, but you can use a converter like I just did and get that converted number. It's more on the purple side. Yeah. Yeah, it's a purpley blue. Periwinkle is a purpley blue. I have really enjoyed today's live. I've been missing you guys. I've been missing crafting. So I'm glad that you could join me today. I've had fun. We've covered all of the Cricut projects, or products, new products, and talked about the new warp tool, and we've talked about some Escal. Does anybody have any other questions or anything that they need help with? Hey, Loretta. Again, we can talk about anything crafting, guys. Doesn't matter. I'm going to give you everything that I have in my arsenal that I use. So, yes, Christiana, I'm trying to take it easy, and that's why I'm probably just going to do a vinyl project and pump it out to you guys this weekend. I'll use the warp tool, or if anybody has something specific that they want, I'll be happy to do that as well. You know, but yeah, check. They do have a trial on Sure Cuts a Lot, and I encourage you to go in and play around with it. You're not going to mess anything up, and you'll notice that a lot of the tools are the same, but you have more tools. You do have a slice and an erase tool, so if there's something on your image that you don't like and you want to erase, you can come in and just take that little bit out of it. So, you have many things. You have where you can cut it. You can draw. You can freehand in here. There's a lot of things that you can do. You have a knife tool if I wanted to cut that in half for whatever reason or anything, I could do that. It takes some time to learn. But, a lot of the tools in there are very similar to what you already know in Design Space. No, I am not a Cricut product expert anymore. Christiana, I just don't have the time to dedicate to it. And things are changing, and, in my life and on the Cricut life, things changed, and it's just not, I have, my husband is getting ready to retire. I'm trying to semi-retire. I'm probably going to be getting a job outside the home, because this just has not been profitable for me. I've been doing it for 7 years, and I mean, I do it because I love it. But when you do what you love, sometimes you still have to make money, have a paycheck, and I don't even make $20,000 a year, and that's before I pay out all my expenses. And like I said, I didn't do it for the money, but when you're doing 12, 16, 18-hour days, and it consumes all your time, and you need to make a check, sometimes you have to do what you have to do instead of what you love. And that's what it came down to. And there's no way I can get a job and work outside the home and do the Cricut thing too. I just can't. Yeah, Gail, I mean, I am so thankful for my Patreon supporters and my YouTube supporters and things like that, because a lot of people don't understand that they have to click the links that we supply or we don't get any credit. And it's not a lot of money, guys. It can be 1%, it can be 4%, it can be 10%. It just depends on what the company that you're an affiliate with gives you. But usually it's between that 1 and 4% is what you get. And it's not a lot of money. So you're talking about, $4 on 100 or something like that. And if you only have 40 or 50 people that use the links and do it correctly, because the code like save 10 that we give to get your 10% off, that does nothing except for you guys. It's just a perk for you. It doesn't register anything for us. But then like my JPP, my discount code, that does register. So it depends. So I like to tell them, please use my link and use the code, and then we're safe. But it has to be done correctly. And so the only other surefire way of me getting any income is through Patreons or support. And then you have your websites and blogs and things like that, and they're not free. You can do a free blog, but you can't do a lot of things on a blog. It won't let you, so you have to have a website, and those are very expensive. If I want to email you guys, I do have a lot of people on my newsletter list, but in order to have that, even to do like a mystery box email, I have to pay $98 a month for that, the ability to email all of my subscribers. Yeah, and the more subscribers I get, the higher that goes. So in Patreon and all of those guys and YouTube, they take their fees out of that off the top before we get it. So you guys may be paying $5 plus your tax a month, but then they take their fees out of it. And last month my fees were around $90. So there's a lot that goes into it. There's a ton. And when you're doing that for 18 hours a day, and after all the expenses, there's just really not very much left, if any. So, you have to make life choices sometimes. And that's what I did. But nothing against Cricut. It was not a problem. I mean, I love being a PE. I love their program. I just don't have time to do it anymore. Thank you, Anita. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to be doing as much as I was doing, but I'm still going to be trying to go live on Thursdays for you guys. I just can't do a set schedule right now. And so I may do spur of the moments. I may do some advertised lives where I can give you a set time. But right now I'm going to try to go live sometime on Thursday, every Thursday, with something. And then I will do the occasional pop-up lives when I can. I'm still going to be doing 1 to 2 projects a month for my supporters only. But most everything I do will be public. And like I stated last week in one of the lives, if you're a Patreon and you can live with that, thank you. I greatly appreciate you. I don't want anyone to think that I don't appreciate their efforts and their support, because I appreciate every single one of you. You're like family to me. So, but I mean, I will still be pumping out stuff that is exclusive to you guys, but most of my stuff is going to be public just because that's easier for me. And if you want to stick with me, and like I said, you can follow me on Patreon, guys. You don't have to subscribe to be on Patreon. And that will allow me, when something comes up, it will go out to you in an email. If you're on there, it will go out to you in an email, and you won't miss anything. Facebook has been funky, and you won't always see everything. I started that new group to try to correct the issue with my reach. Because I have 97,000 in the Cricut Maker Projects group, and I can post something like these new products that Cricut came out with, and out of that 197,000, I may, at the given time that I post, have 80,000 people active, and only 500 see it in a week. In a week. So that's a horrible, horrible reach issue with Facebook. And there's nothing I can do to fix it. It's on Facebook's end. So I did the new group to try to alleviate that. I don't know if it's working. It'll take at least a month before I even know if that's working. So we'll see. I have to get some criteria to compare it to. Yeah, and that's getting very hard, Christiana, especially when, you know, you're at retirement age like my husband and I. So but I appreciate you guys. Don't ever think that I don't appreciate everything that you do, because none of this is possible without you guys. None of it. It comes down to you. The new group is Cricut for Everyone. Let me see if I can get you that link. There is that. It's called Cricut for Everyone. So if nobody has any other questions on Design Space or Cuts a Lot, the new products, I'm going to go and take me a quick break here and walk my dog to the park with my good hand, and my husband's home for another 3 weeks. Then he goes to New York. And he's going to help me walk the other dog while my hands are healing. But please, 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 guys, if you can help, shop those links. Make sure you're shopping on those links. My link tree is, and the Cricut links are all down below. All of my links are on the link tree, except one. Somebody asked me a question about the Desire font the other day. That's Creative Market. I forgot to put Creative Market in there. I will put them in there. Because that Desire link, guys, when I got it was $100. You can go in there and you can get the light version for $20. So that's a great deal on that Desire font if that's one of your favorite fonts. It's great for weddings, for farmhouse fonts, for Christmas. It's good for a lot of things. That Desire font is a very, very popular font. When you're searching these sites and you see these SVGs of the word arts, Desire's used a lot. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I will catch you next Thursday for sure, but I may try to do a small pop-on over the weekend. Depends on how my hand feels. They said it would take at least a week for those injections to really take effect, and they're probably only going to be good for about 6 to 8 weeks. We'll see. But hopefully it will give it time to heal, and I've got to do physical therapy too, so... Yes, thank you for joining the new group, all of you. That will allow me to see how many active people I have anyway. You guys have a great day. If you have any questions on anything that you forgot to ask, please ask in the group. We're happy to help you out. And have a great crafting weekend. Get those projects posted in for me. I love seeing what you guys are doing. Especially those where you're showing me that I taught you something. I love that. Happy crafting!